Jam sessions helping the industry in any way, as far as you're concerned, and case studies, the Federation Jam session?
Well, I think it's important to first of all understand what the whole purpose of the jam sessions were. The industry is wide, right? And the federation is all encompassing. And artists are not all at the same level of commercial success and commercial ability. There are different stages in their career. And I feel like the federation had an aim of being able to encompass everyone at whatever level you are.
Bring new talent.
Yes, so I feel like the whole jam session thing, did not have a commercial, even promotional angle to it. It was more like a fellowship.
A home-based kind of thing.
Yes, like a fellowship kind of thing. There is no angle
so
in that context.
I understand when you say a fellowship. Now, in my thinking, has the fellowship helped in any type of way? Because for the longest time, you guys have had the jam sessions, or the jam sessions have happened every Tuesday. We've not seen any mega collaborations come out, or let's say a new artist that is collaborating with a big artist, but you earlier mentioned about bringing new artists on board, but we've not seen any new artist that says, me, it's jam session that actually made me as an artist. We've not seen any mega collaborations
like
of you.
say, let's have, from you jam see how the whistle song, Mr. DJ song, we've not seen all that. So do you still feel like jam session is relevant? Has uplifted anybody?
Well, I feel like, again, it's important to know what the purpose was to start with. So all the things that you've said are excellent outcomes of any endeavor, but that was never the purpose of the jam session. The jam session was for sort of a way to bring some sort of camaraderie, togetherness from people for all over the country. So sometimes it's a jam session when they say we're going to have people from, say, from Northern UG. We'll have artists from Gulu, artists from Arua, artists come and perform and showcase for the rest of the people who are there. And then we'll have another region also come and showcase. Some people have never had an opportunity to even to be on a stage like that and rehearse with the guys and play. Some people have never had that opportunity.
So in brief, the federation is the wrong person or entity to say developing the music industry as a case study. We're talking to a wrong person.
No, I feel like the music industry is large, is wide, right?
But that's like the father.
We have the studio side. We have the business side. Now the federation has things like the circle, which might not be directly involved with producing music, but it's really important for artists to be able to have something like that, where they are organized in such a way that they have savings and they have stuff like that. So we can't just look at only this other side, because the whole point of the federation, I feel, was to bring in the other side of
business,
of the life of an artist, even away from stage, right? And if you're looking at that angle, then you can't judge the jam session from the surface. So I understand people like Elijah, their point of view. Sometimes maybe it might come from not having enough information. So you speak from a perspective from what you see on the surface, but you need to understand.
To me, Elijah sounded like he's saying, when there's a problem, we all come out loud. But when there's no problem, there's no music. That's more like what he was saying. And it's Vienna's perspective also. It's like, okay, Allan, you're texting all these things, but drop music so that we have something to weigh both sides
Back
on.
it up,
let me submit a bit. You know, the old jam sessions, remember how they used to
brought
be?
so many people.
DVAs, but now the current jam session is still on the old script. I've not seen any younger.
The current jam session feels like we're just having a good time.
Those jams are supposed to give starting points for younger artists, but now we're still trying to be there and trying to praise the established ones, which is so wrong. I've not seen anybody come out like, I've not seen a new name that scares me. We're still on to the older guys. It's all about one person. People go there and sing my president, my president, my president. I've not seen any new young artist,
or even like any collaboration.
Collaborations,
like Allan jumping on a new kid from Soroti, or like so
and
that
trying to like work.
Eddie dropped where he put different artists onto his kind of thing. We expected a lot. We feel like apart from copyright, the federation is quiet, it's closed, the doors are closed.
I mean,
Yet
again,
for us, we don't have anyone we are going to blame right now. Because Bebe Cool, Mbade Mugamba, the top 3 spoiled. Bebe Cool, it's a top 3, I think, yachijeo, yeah, Tandis. But now the rest of the industry is in your hands as a jam session, as a federation.
No, and earlier on he also mentioned about bringing togetherness. So in my thinking, the togetherness of artists should actually bring music out.
More,
Yeah, like more collaboration.
Not make
should be-
friends
Not
and-
just make friends. I'm friends with Allan, Tonix, and that's all. We need to see like music come out. There is a camp that was done. I don't remember where. It was like for the younger
Morbid.
generation.
The-
No, it was
the
a camp.
Myth.
No, it
The
had
Myth was at the camp.
Elijah, it had Joshua, it had Axon. There were so many young artists in there. And then now we are starting to see the results. Like music is dropping. You're like, wait, these guys were actually together in the camp. Music is
I think those
dropping.
are the kids that joined and do like a tour in Bugolobi. They do like all those bandari bars, and when they play their music, the kids know it, but they're Ugandans. Better them like a circle. They're like 6 boys. They intentionally go bar hopping.
Yeah. So, but like, I think, honestly speaking, I'm on Elijah's side. And now that also brings me to this question. What literally brought everything for every artist to come out. Last week, we had Diamond Platnumz come through, and he was given this special treatment that I think did sit well with you, most especially, because you were so vocal about it, saying, why was he given that much money, and for me this is the money.
But I think Allan's side was on a particular one. Was hitting somebody in particular.
Really?
Because
Was
the
it?
tweet said, when you call me, I'm not going to elaborate exactly.
Yes.
You give me peanuts.
Yes.
But when this guy comes, you're all in cameras with him and opening doors and acting like you.
And see, my point was simple. People misconstrued that it was against Diamond, but it wasn't at all. He's well within his rights. And I mean,
Say that again, Vienna, you see? That's where you're falling. He's well
within his rights.
We shall get to that.
And in any situation, like a lot of people said, hey, negotiate better, he negotiated. Fine. Are you trying to tell me that if Kenzo had asked for 700 million, they were going to give it to him? No, so it's not about, it has nothing to do with negotiation.
She says the worth of that 700. Is he
Word.
worth? So where do we level the worthness?
Word. And you see, my statement was equitability, not equality. I'm not saying they should pay him, they should pay the others the same as him. But my point is this: in the spirit of buy Uganda, build Uganda, if you give him 750 million, at least don't give these guys anything less than like 30% of what you give the other guy. You can't tell me you give him like close to a billion, and the other people give him something like maybe less than 10% even of that. Like in the spirit of buy Uganda, build Uganda, I think that is
Zarao.
unfortunate. Right?
Me
Especially when the budget is available. As clearly
Me
it
where I
must
even
be, because
argued
if you have
with
a
Eddie
private
is
jet,
the fact that Eddie
helicopter-
first of all came with over 30 people. The dancers himself, all that money went into youth. They went home with somewhat.
Word.
This dude came
Now,
solo.
for clarity,
Ah, just another
from
thing.
the sources, before we even go any further, from the sources we actually got, Diamond Platnumz wasn't paid that much money,
That's
as
where we're gonna
everyone
come in.
is saying.
So the thing is, one, you see,
That was just
He
PR.
wasn't paid the money, but also need to look at things, a long-term relationships with the guys. I think Bebe Cool and Kenzo, Alex Muhanya, Reggie, are not only looking at that event only. They're looking at long-term.
Roger, how does Diamond and Coffee connect in one
Long
sentence?
And you see,
As per Uganda
the
said.
guy wanted talkability. That's what you're talking
And on
about
top
right
of
now.
Are we
that,
talking
it's-
about
But we're not
Coffee or are we
talking
talking
You
about
would have said
Diamond?
it already. Coffee. So you would have said it.
I had a
The
judge
whole-
yesterday with
The
Kazora.
whole thing was inspire Africa. His target was not the Ugandan audience.
Yes. From the time he posted
was-
the private
It
jet.
was to make it
all of that.
global so that people are, because Diamond Platnumz is a global artist. If he posts on his pages and he says
I
he's
bet
actually
you,
coming to
if
Uganda,
you
But
will
let me
ever
tell you one
hear
thing.
a word called Ugandan Coffee in all his performances this year, I'm going to give you
For him, he
100,000.
came for that.
What's the
That was
purpose
it.
of a one-day gig?
but that's
Yet
PR.
Coffee is going to be grown today,
That's
tomorrow.
PR.
Yes.
You know the biggest
PR for one day.
you know for companies the biggest
PR
budget
can be
goes
one
into
day.
let me tell you guys.
You're an
You know why
ambassador
I'm saying
of
it's
pop.
PR?
Let me tell you.
We are
Listen to
still
me.
talking
You're an
about
ambassador
it
of
even
pop. You do a
after
video
Listen,
once.
done.
But
How
what are we
many
talking
videos
about?
do you do in a week?
He did once. That was
And
he
benefited what?
negotiated for that.
And benefited
Let me
what
tell you
the
the
country?
biggest budgets in
Benefited
when the
what on
companies
coffee?
go into marketing.
True.
go into marketing. So they did that, and it's done. They are not supported. Some people could take on, Kenzo will take on, Reggie will take on, and the rest.
Kazora had this thing. They're going to get Bebe Cool's album and incorporate it with Kofi in terms of like when he goes to perform, he says 2 words about Kofi, or probably put on Visit Uganda, Best Kofi. Interviews he's going to do in the UK is going to involve Kofi. Give me how whatever money was given, the word Kofi Uganda is going to go beyond the boundaries.
We don't know his contract. We cannot discuss that.
I would have seen him perform immediately after he left. He performed. Did he say anything about Uganda and Kofi?
And you see, when you post Uganda, people will like be asking in Tanzania, what is it going to do? In
so
Kenya,
Kofi is most sold. The man
in Rwanda, they ask what is it going to do?
$1.6
I think we just took it to judge.
And they want to make 5
But
points.
Roger, let me ask you something. You've seen how corporate companies, be it beverages or be it in the telecom, we've done a lot of work in the marketing ecosystem here, and we know you have an idea, and from all the examples you can think of, when can you have a marketing plan of 1 day for that to have that
with
impact?
that kind of
unless
budget in 1
Diamond
day
has like some contract which will run like for 6 months, where there's some activities he will do to follow up to keep that thing
pushing
in people's
the
faces and explain and
we'll
what.
probably do a
And maybe when he's on his tour,
Coffee Uganda, Coffee Uganda.
What I want to know.
But I bet you 6 months down the road you owe me 100.
Katz and Allan, what I want to know. What's the whole argument about this whole thing? Is it the money that Diamond Platnumz was paid?
It's the money that was given.
They gave him
Then can I show you?
money for 1 day.
It's because Eddie Kenzo and Bebe Cool have not come out to disclose how much they were given. If they come out,
we're not
the same
comparing
artists
how
are
much
going to
was
come
given.
out.
That's where I think even Sheila had a fight with Judith Hard. We're not complaining how much was given to Bebe or Kenzo. The purpose of giving this money is our biggest problem.
It is
whether they got the same
It
amount.
is the reason why we're discussing right now. That's the purpose.
But did you also hear what Kenzo had to say?
I've listened to 2 interviews.
About
Kenzo didn't like the reception Diamond.
For him, it was the reception, like the way he was treated. For him, he doesn't get that special treatment. And now let me actually answer this for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kenzo did a better performance. Agree, yes or no? Let's start.
I didn't watch his performance, so I don't know.
Let me show it to you.
So now this is the thing. Let me actually give you a proper explanation for Diamond Platnumz's treatment. When you go and visit somewhere, in a home, is the visitor treated the same way as the people that stay home?
Oh, so you're now going to tell me when Allan visits your home, he's going to eat all the chicken.
But the visitor will not sit in the chair of the Nanyinimu.
It depends how your
The
people
visitor
are
cannot sit in
welcome.
Muntebe ya Nyinimu kubanga baino mu.
Yes, we expect
special treatment. But